What up, you guys? This is Sport Podcast by Dream Fashion Line. We're live with Tommy with Golden Coast Films, and we're going to be educating you on the lifestyle of a content creator and give you the background of the film production. How you been doing, man?
Good, brother. How you been doing?
I've been doing fantastic. I've been blessed. But I wanted to ask you, what is your approach on maintaining clear communication on set when we're dealing, like, say, like me and you working together?
Yeah.
Like, how do you see it? What's the big picture?
Well, like, clear communication is like, I want to find out what it is that you're wanting done from the project before we even start. And then even during it, like, once I set up, I'm reiterating what it is that you said you wanted and all these small little details maybe. And just being open to anything and having an open conversation, not afraid to ask somebody, do you want something this way or that way? So just clear communication, like you said.
Have you had any situations where you had like pros and cons with dealing with people in the communication?
All the time. I mean, I shoot music videos for some crazy people. I've had people say that, they're going to get a gun and come to my house. So it is what it is.
Okay, dang, that's crazy. So, what steps would you take to like breaking down like scripts, like doing like the pre-production?
Well, what I would do is I would start with like an outline of ideas and just try to get basically a general idea and go from there. I wouldn't say that making a script that's 100% word for word is necessarily my style, because I do believe that things come up and things never go 100% to word for word a play. You just got to get a general idea and outline and then try to follow the outline of the idea. So if we have that, then we're good. We're more than enough good.
Okay, so how long you been filming though?
33 now. I did my first video when I was like 9 years old, I think. I did a music video when I was 10 years old, because I started recording music at around the same age, so I have just as much experience in audio. So I did like my first music video like 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. I was doing MySpace content, YouTube stuff, and I was really big into Soulja Boy, so I was doing like the Soulja Boy dance and all that shit. I was in Walmart in like 2006 doing dances, bro. Like, so,
I did the same thing. Yeah, I did the same thing. So, with doing that, you never went to like the school or nothing like that? It just came, all that stuff pretty much came natural to you?
No, I did not intend to become a video guy. I became a video guy as a byproduct of being an artist and just being fluent in technology. My whole life I've been into it. I mean, I was with my mom's boyfriend was really big into a band, and she spent like 20 grand on this studio. So I was with the audio engineer at like 9 years old, sitting there. And this is back in the day when it wasn't like computers and stuff. They was sitting there with this big board.
Yeah.
And so like I got this hands-on like experience at a young age, and I just knew that there was never anything different I was gonna do. Well, I was wrong, because I started doing video. But it's like
it happened that way though.
It's of the feather of the same bird, It's audio and video kind of go together, So I just 19, I started going really hard with the videos. One day I was at McDonald's and some dude came out to me. He was like, "Bro, I seen your videos." He was like, "They're amazing." He was like, "Who shoots your videos?" I was like, "Me." He was like, how much would you charge? And I knew right then.
That's a niche right there.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so if that's not fully what you passionate in, what is exactly that you passionate in?
It is fully what I'm passionate in, but it's mixed between audio and video.
So what other hobbies and stuff that you kind of?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I used to play basketball a lot. I used to live, breathe, sleep, and eat basketball. I mean, I wasn't even a gym guy. I was just like good at fucking basketball. Like,
well, let's talk about the music, man. What's going on with the music?
I'm still doing my thing, It's just it takes a lot of money to put it out the way I want it to. So, I just I'm older now, so it almost comes in second or third place. I gotta be a father first.
Yeah.
I gotta make the money. So then comes the career with the video.
Yeah.
So it's like in third place at this point, but. You never know. A couple, in transactions, it could become the first thing or second thing. You never know.
Now I went to his Instagram. I saw some of the music, man. The creativity he had is really, really dope.
I
So
appreciate that, bro.
make sure
I
you
appreciate
tell
that.
them that the Instagram,
Of
so they can
course,
actually go
of
check
course.
that out.
BR Thomas or my Instagram, Golden Coast Films TV, either or.
Now, I know you use the Black Magic camera.
Uh-huh.
Now, what do you prefer? Like, starting off with, what camera did you use?
I use the Black Magic camera.
Okay, you
like
always
you
use
said.
that, hands
Oh,
down.
what did you say? What have I used?
Yeah, like no,
Okay.
I wanted to know what you started with using,
Okay.
which was the Black Magic.
Yeah.
and
No, I didn't start with the
Okay.
Black Magic. I thought you said what one do I use? Well, I started. I mean, man, back in the day, I don't even know the name of it. Some Canon or Sony.
Okay, Canon,
maybe,
Sony.
like little point and shoot, camera back in the day. But when I started, like really, really, perfecting my craft and getting at that like middle tier, I got a Canon T3i, which is like 2008 era, and I went hard with videos throughout that era, and I just, it looked. I didn't know what I was doing. Everything looked horrible, pixelated. Just editing was a mess. I mean, I was just still trying to figure it out, And then I think I got into really a professional mode in like 2017, and I got a Panasonic GH4. I went hard on the GH4. I took it to Cali. I shot all kinds of videos in Cali, and when I came back and I just seen the way it looked, because you shoot stuff in Indiana, it looks great, but when you're in these different
areas,
places,
different lighting, yeah.
You see a palm tree in a warm summer sky, and you're just like, that looks good, But the GH4 served me its purpose. That's like an intermediate level camera, and I was still shooting on an auto mode. And I think right before the pandemic hit, like 2019, 2020, is when I got the Black Magic. So the thing of cinema, though, when you're dealing with a cinema camera, is there's no auto modes. So there is a downside to it. You have to like learn how to dial in your settings manually.
That's a big deal.
That will make or break the image. Like, yeah, I mean.
So what's your most comfortable camera that you use? Just the Black Magic?
The Black Magic. It's the most difficult now, but I have the most hours on it.
What camera would you recommend a person that's starting to use?
Not a Black Magic, because
Why is that?
It's you gotta dial in those settings. I've had people that are like, they wanted to do film and they got the Black Magic and they're just lost, because you gotta put in your ISO, your shutter speed, your aperture, and then you gotta do the focus. You need just probably a Sony A7 level camera, a Panasonic GH5, whatever they're on now, G9, whatever level, those photography cameras that do video, those are great. You need autofocus, definitely. I mean, short form content is not a need for cinema. Cinema is different than short form content. I don't see the need, unless you have the budget and the money and you want to just go hard and hire the people that know how to use it. You don't have a need for cinema quality at a YouTube short form content level.
So wait, what is your intake on when you have these other content creators saying that you can get an iPhone 15? Like, what's your intake on that one?
I believe that. I believe the iPhone does damage. I just went to Miami 4 months ago. I was hired to shoot 4 music videos. I brought my cinema camera, and we were getting wild and drunk, and I was like, you know what? I ain't even bringing it. It stayed in my bag. It stayed in my bag. I shot 4 music videos on the iPhone. Now, the nighttime is, that's where you're pushing it. The low light situations is where you're going to push the iPhone. But we shot in daylight the whole time, so everything looked great.
I believe they're trying to perfect that with the 16 though, because they work on they work on the lens.
I mean, here's the thing: even 16, 17, 18, 19,
right.
no matter what Apple does, the size of that phone, I think, will never compare to the true, like the sensor size of a cinema camera or the mechanics that's in it. But what is your need? Are you doing YouTube? If you're doing YouTube short form content all across platforms, it's overkill. It really is.
So what about is it anything that you pretty much regret or wish that you changed during the time of doing the filming and, getting into this, profession?
Uh, Throughout my whole like life of doing it,
Yeah.
just that I didn't start sooner. Number one, well, I did start pretty soon.
Well, how old
yeah.
was you when you started?
Yeah, I
You
started
was about
pretty
9?
young, Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, well,
I
I
was
feel like
18, 19,
I feel
was
like
going hard with it. So.
I feel like you was like, yeah. So like
Yeah.
you wish you just went a little bit harder in it.
So maybe not start so young, but maybe just not care so much about what I'm putting out and just put it out. Not second guessing myself. That's the
Is it some things that you wish you did that you didn't do?
right. Yeah,
Pretty much.
second guessing the content I'm putting out. I just wouldn't even guess it. I would just put it out and not be like, oh well, this thing in the corner doesn't look good, or my shirt.
Yeah,
oh,
I think it's a big thing.
Y'all don't see that? No, you don't see. I really got a ketchup stain. You can't even see it. But as a creator and then the guy that does the video, when you get done, you're gonna be like, oh man, well, this or I look this way, and I wouldn't worry about none of that. Just put content out.
So what's your main thing that you focus on when you either if you're in front of the camera or behind the camera?
Putting out the content and not worrying about things. Not worrying about, oh, there's this little thing in the right side of the screen, or oh, there's like a ketchup stain right here, and you can't even see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just not worrying about things that as a creator and the video guy, when you go back to edit it and you look at it, just not worrying about it. Just understanding what film continuity is, which means that there might be a small little change in things, and the people who are absorbing the overall content are not going to be looking for these small little things, and if they are, they're probably the negative people in the comments, and like, just worry about the purpose of the content and the consistency of the content, and don't second guess yourself.
So where are you originally from?
I'm from Muncie, but I've been in Fishers for like the past 10 years, and then I would say I'm just everywhere after that, because I've been to Miami, I've been to Vegas, I've been to Cali.
I'm about to ask you,
I've been
how many places have you been?
everywhere. I've been all over the country, and I brought the camera, and I got the profit, I got the bag, and I made it back home to tell the story. It's been from New York, Virginia, Florida, Miami, Tampa. I have all kinds of Florida, Miami, and Tampa stories. I got all kinds of LA stories. I got all kinds of Vegas stories. So a little bit of everything.
Have you, with doing this, have you ever had the opportunity to work with like different film crews and stuff like that, and work with bigger projects and stuff?
Yeah, I've done a couple documentaries for like people that were like bigger budget and stuff, and had more like resources to put down, and it was just a project where it's not just like one or two people involved. It's like a team of people. As well as I've been involved with projects that are like bigger than just, okay, it's done, I'm gonna send it to you and you're gonna upload it. They're like, no, it's done, we gotta send it to the director, and then we're gonna send it to the investor, and then we're gonna figure out what their game plan to release it and all this stuff. So I've done both sides of that as well.
How did you come up with Golden Coast Film?
Golden Coast Films came up when I went to Cali, and I was there really for the first time. It was like 2016, and we went to, I always play Grand Theft Auto, where they got Grand Theft Auto 5, where they got the Santa Monica Pier, and I always would go down there and shoot people and go crazy and burn up cars. But I actually, when I was in Cali, I went to the Santa Monica Pier, and I just had this epiphany. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I used to play this game, and now I'm like really out and the underneath of the pier, I made that my logo. So like I had the camera, and I just like zoomed in, zoomed out underneath of the pier, And I took that small little frame of the water crashing against the pier, and I put Golden Coast Films on it, and I ran that intro on every video I did for like 3 or 4 years, to the point where I was back home and I had high school kids running up to me and they're like, hey, you're the dude with the waves in the beginning of the, you know, and it's just like, it was just, it all came together for a reason, you know, and I don't know why that moment stuck out to me, but that was, to me, that was the epitome of filming, was traveling somewhere, like being at the Santa Monica Pier and just filming it. Like, it was just, it made sense to just call my company that.
So you never had, what was the name at first?
I just really, I didn't even have a name, really. I coined that probably 2016, and other than that, I was just going by my artist name in music. I would just be like, directed by Thomas J or Tea Time. These are names I used to go by and shit like that. So
what is some strong advice that people wants to get into this field?
yeah,
What is some strong advice that you can get them that started? I'm sorry.
I would say don't try to over focus on, you know, what camera I need to get, or you know, what equipment. Don't stress about that, and try to go broke doing it and buy stuff that really you can't even afford, or is just going to take all your money. Just get something that's good enough, and like I said earlier, don't second guess yourself. Put the content out. Worry about curating and building your ideas and stuff later, you know, but just get into the repetition and rotation of putting content out and letting it go.
And what is some people that maybe within the film production role was like your inspiration?
I liked Hype Williams growing up because I was into music, and Hype Williams was really dope, and he was like the it video guy that everybody wanted to work with. And he had this cool thing where, you know, the letter box on the top, the black boxes on the top and bottom of the video, right. He would fill that with video, and nobody else did that. If you've seen the Neo So Sick video, like, that's how it was. He did that a lot, though. And then, to be honest with you, you know, if you look at some of my content and the stuff I shoot with, like, some of the models and stuff, I do go back to, like, a little BET Uncut style. I ain't gonna lie to you, like, a little bit of a ratchet stuff, but, you know, it has its place, you know, sometimes. But, like, I just like, basically, music video, you know, is always gonna be my inspiration, man. So music videos I watched growing up, I maybe didn't even know the directors.
What is your expectations on lifestyle as a content creator? What are some of your expectations within starting this episode?
My expectations for starting this episode that we're doing?
Working with this episode, what would be your expectations?
The one that we're doing now.
Yeah.
I would say just to have, you know, a clear idea as far as what you're wanting in the episode, how you're wanting things to go, the flow of it, maybe get an outline, you know, get an idea of locations and who we're interviewing and all that stuff beforehand, and you know, a little bit of a time frame as well, and then, you know, that should be it, you know.
You had like you said, you already explained it, you have worked with people who did this stuff before anyway, right? But yes, we are doing the lifestyle of a content creator. And yes, this would be one of the people within the production. Yes, we probably would have other people doing photos and whatnot. And I'm still constantly grabbing people. Just have to make one big trip. But it's definitely happening. It's going to take some time. If anybody ever have any questions or want to be involved, make sure you guys DM me, or if you want to, if you got Tommy here.
Of course, man, send me any messages.
Tommy up. And
I will respond.
And yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming, and I want you guys to really be in tune and to really understand that AG Muscle, Dream Fashion Line, Golden Coast Films, whoever else is involved, TMT, Team Greatness, all of us involved, that we're mean business and we're really serious about this. So if you want to be a part of it, just DM us. With that being said, let people know what podcast that you are on.
And we're live with Sport Podcast by Dream Fashion. You can catch me at my links over on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Golden Coast Films. I'm sure we'll put it on the screen. But we got lots of content coming, lots of updates coming, lots of great stuff.